Today I'm going to tackle the back end of the motorhome. These fittings here are notorious for getting actually sort of knocked off, and mine's no exception. Mine was a bit of a mess, so after I've finished all the floor and everything else, I've left these till now before I did them. But the offside one isn't too bad, but the near side is a disaster. This is the near side section of the back end. You'll notice that under the aluminium here you've got this sort of plastic. Now that's fine where it's running along the roof, but when it comes round the return of the cab, that acts as a gutter and it fills up with water. Anyway, this fitting is a real mess, so I'll show you that in a moment. Now before you start, you need 3 items besides the usual stuff that you'll more than likely have in your shed. Fiberglass kit. I got reasonable size one, saves messing about, although I don't need this size of kit for doing what I want to do. You need a body filler, which you use to just finish on the top surface, and also knifing putty just for the small lines that you'll have. Now my back end fitting was smashed to bits, and I even had bits missing. You can see this section here, which is built up out of aluminium. It was an old plug hole. I won't say where it was used, I'll leave that to your imagination, but I can assure you've seen them. But I tapped it into shape and I was able to use that on the inside. There was splits everywhere on this. I dug the back end in while I was trying to manoeuvre to allow a lorry to pass, a 40-foot lorry, and after that, and I broke the back end, which I made a video of. You can see the repair on that on my channel. I decided to invest in a better GPS, but unfortunately the GPS, although it will take me down the right roads, it won't necessarily mean I won't meet a 40-footer again like I did before. But you can see the cracks, and the brakes were extensive. There was loads of them. They're all over the show. Look, they were smashed to bits along here, along there, you name it, that chunk there. They were everywhere. So I had to do something pretty drastic, put in strengthening sections, as you can see at the top, up the top there, and the aluminium section there to get the right type of shape. So anyway, let's have a look at the other side after I've put that together, done the fiberglassing, and there we go. So that's what we're ending up with at the moment. So this is what you've got now. You've got the filler. I can't get it all out, like for instance the crack down there. There's no way to get rid of that. I can't get a putty knife in there to sort that out. But on the whole, it's not looking bad. A bit more rubbing down perhaps. But I'm not going to go mad. After all, it's a 21-year-old lady. And although if it was of the human variety she'd be in her prime, I'm afraid the van is getting a little bit older now. So I'm trying to do it so that the repair will be satisfactory, in accordance with her age. So forgive those comments, anybody that might be of the female variety out there. Anyway, I'll finish rubbing it down and we'll have a look, see what it looks like then. Next job is to use some spray paint. I'm just using some grey primer first of all, and just spray it on nice and gentle. Just nice and just a light coating, not much at all, otherwise you end up getting runs. It'll give you an idea what it's going to look like. As I say, I'm not looking for a phenomenal finish, but something that is satisfactory, that I won't feel guilty about. There we go. Don't use too much paint. Just go around it and coat it up with a primer first of all, and then after that you can do the top coat. After the primer is dry, the grey primer, I find that this is a good stuff from the old pound shop. That's all it is. It's not a lot, don't think it is. It's around 250 millilitres, so I don't think it's going to cover much, and you need a couple of these to do the 2 back ends of your motorhome. But that's all you got to do, it's nice and simple. Right, so holding it up, you can see that it's gone from this and all being built up with bits of the rear bumper corner section missing, lots of fiberglass, bits of plastic buried in there and God knows what else that I've used for strengtheners, and we finish up with that, which is half acceptable I think anyway. If you want to spend more time, then you can end up getting it even better, but from my point of view that's not a bad finish at all, and it will match the rest of the colour on the van. So there you go, back corner sections repaired. Right, there we go, the finished job. That don't look bad, does it? Eh? Look, that don't look bad at all. In fact it's better than the other part, but never mind. But grey's grey, or silver's silver, you can't do it all, otherwise it's just an impossibility. But they're not too bad at all. So there you go, if you look at the back of it now. There you go.